up a US style pale ale. Managed to get my hands on some of these new Muntons extracts. So this one happens to be the Munich malt extract. So kind of, I'm keen to try out and see what this is going to be adding to my brew, if it adds a new dimension to kind of that extract brewing process. So what I'm intending to do is do a small boil, probably of about, I don't know, 5 or 10 litres, haven't quite decided yet, using a kilo of light malt extract, and I'm going to be steeping 250 grams of Dextrin Malt. So I'm going to be using the liquor from that steeping as part of that boil. So the reason I'm using this is it's going to add a bit more flavour, slight bit of maltiness, but more importantly, this is going to aid in head retention to the finished beer. So, cheap as chips. I don't know how much this bag was, less than £1, and I'm going to be using half of this in this brew, 250 grams. So I'm going to be doing a small boil. I've got a packet of 100 grams of US hop mix from Crossmyloof. This is a mix of all the sort of major US C hops. So, for example, Citra, Chinook, Cascade, Centennial, Columbus, Crystal, I think's in there. There's a whole bunch of them in there. And it is 11.6 alpha acid on average, I guess. So I kind of worked my recipe along those lines, and I'm sort of hoping I'm going to get about between 30 and 40 high BUs. That's what I'm aiming at. And so I'm going to be doing a 30-minute boil, and I'm going to probably make 3 hop additions, one at about 10 minutes to the end, one at about 5 minutes to the end, and then I'm going to whirlpool the rest of these hops. So it should turn out a nice hoppy, fragrant, floral beer. At least that's what I'm hoping for. I'm going to be fermenting it using this Crossmyloof 5 yeast, which is a sort of USO 5 equivalent. I've used this loads of times. It's a nice, reliable, sort of neutral yeast. So what I'm sort of aiming at really is to keep this fairly basic and allow this to kind of do its thing and shine through and hopefully showcase what this Munich extract brings to this brew. So yeah, it's quite an interesting thing. I think this range of extracts, especially for mostly extract brewer like myself, this allows you to brew all sorts of styles of beer, really using the convenience of malt extract. So yeah, I think it's going to be hopefully an easy to put together brew. It's going to be a nice tasty brew, and well, the proof will be in the tasting at the end, I guess. So all right, let's get brewing. tasting. So I didn't bottle this. This went straight into a pressure barrel, a king keg pressure barrel, where it's been for about 6 weeks now. So it's just sort of getting into early autumn here. I love putting beers in pressure barrel, but it's not really sort of practical during the summer because it's difficult to keep them cold. So it's just getting to the point now where I can sort of keep my beer in a pressure barrel when it comes out at a reasonable temperature. This one's quite cool. I did actually have to hit the barrel in the fridge in between brews, so this has come out quite cold. Right, so here we go. As you can see, well, hopefully you can see in the light, it's quite a dark sort of pale ale. So I think it's probably more bordering on an amber ale, although it does kind of fit the style guide for pale ale according to Brewfather, but it has come out a bit darker than I was expecting. It's a lovely sort of amber colour. It's crystal clear, by the way. I don't know if you can see, but it's quite a bit of condensation on this glass where it's been chilled, but it's a beautiful colour. It's got a nice sort of head, as you'd expect from kind of the keg. It comes out with this sort of spritzy carbonation. It's not well carbonated beer, but you know, I like it like that. So first impressions, smells absolutely beautiful for a start. Those USC hops, a lot of sort of citrus notes going on. Real sort of nice fruity smell, not sort of stone fruit, I'd say more sort of citrus fruits. Really nice smell to it. Let's give it a go. Let's dive in. Yeah, it's lovely. Really, really nice. That Munich malt has really sort of added a whole new dimension to it. It's not kind of it's not one way or the other. It's difficult to describe really. It's just brought a real nice richness to it. But it's perfectly balanced with the hops. It's a real kind of Bee Gees beer. It's in perfect harmony. Really nice balance between the malt and those C hops. And that is the kind of most striking thing about this. And that's the thing that's impressing me most about this. The bittering is spot on, exactly where I was hoping it would be. So really pleased with the bittering. Really pleased with that Munich malt and what it's brought to the table, this beer. It's a really nice, well-rounded beer, and I'm really, really impressed with those tins of malt extract and what that has brought to this. So I'm really happy with it. It's just making me want to drink more and more of it. It's really suppable. It's a really drinkable beer. So I'm really impressed. You can see it's got lovely lacing around the glass. The Dextrin Malt that was added has obviously helped with that head retention, and it's got a lovely sort of lacing around the glass. It's actually come out kind of like a sort of more like an English amber sort of style, but with the hops turned up to 11 kind of thing. It's like it's difficult to describe. I'm not sure if I would really call it a pale ale, but whatever it is, I'm really enjoying it, and I would definitely 100% be doing this one again. It's delicious, and it's just easy drinking. It's not too out there, but smells lovely, it tastes lovely, it's beautifully balanced, and very impressed with that malt extract. So I'll definitely be using a few more of those in the future. Got another one actually that's conditioning at the moment, which is a Centennial Brown Ale, and I use the Marisota extract for that. So that one's coming up soon. But yeah, look out for more of these. For ease of brewing, I mean, super easy, and they do give you that sort of little edge with extract brewing that, you know, adds a different dimension to it. So yeah, as you can probably tell, I'm impressed and I'm really enjoying this. I'm going to enjoy the rest of that keg, not all today, but over the next, I don't know, week or two maybe. But yeah, anyway, it's a definite thumbs up for me. Give it a go, super easy brew, and it's absolutely delicious. So yeah, cheers guys.